Okay, so get this. We're diving into something pretty cool today. It's all about these 3D configurators, for designing outdoor living spaces.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have played around with those online tools for building your dream car or redoing a kitchen.
Right,
It's that, but for your backyard. And get this, we're hearing some seriously buzzworthy stuff about how these configurators aren't just cool for customers, they might actually be game changers for businesses too.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It really is. This intersection of technology and consumer experience. We're seeing a shift where people don't just want to buy something anymore. They want to be part of creating it.
Exactly. And the company we're keying in on today is Virtual Sales Lab. They build these configurators, and let me tell you, they are not holding back on the claims about what this tech can do. They're talking about boosting sales, reeling in super interested leads, the works. But are these just, marketing hype man promises?
Right.
Or is there real fire behind the smoke?
Well, let's look at the data because Virtual Sales Lab put out some numbers that definitely caught my eye. Over 230 dealers signed on to use their platform in a single year. That tells me there's serious appetite for this. In the outdoor living world,
230 dealers in 1 year is nothing to sneeze at. That suggests this isn't just a passing fad. It's something businesses are genuinely investing in. Yeah, it makes you wonder what they're seeing that we might be missing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not just the sheer number of businesses, it's the volume of user engagement. Virtual Sales Lab's platform pulled in a massive 170,000 visits.
Wow.
To give you a sense of scale, that's more than double the people you could fit in the Super Bowl.
170,000 visits. That's a whole lot of people clicking to design their dream outdoor spaces. Okay, but website visits are one thing, right? What we really want to know is, are those visits turning into, actual business?
And that's where it gets really interesting. Those visits translated into over 12,000 leads for these dealers. Now, a 7.13% conversion rate from a website visit to a lead capture might not sound earth-shattering at first.
But is that actually good? What's the benchmark here?
It's really good. In the world of online marketing, you're often doing a happy dance if you hit even 2 or 3%.
Wow. Okay.
So 7.13% is noteworthy. But here's the even more crucial part. The quality of these leads, we're not talking about folks who accidentally touch a link. These are people who are spending time in the configurator, picking out materials, trying different layouts.
So they're already invested. They're not just window shopping. They're basically mentally moving in.
Exactly. These are folks who are already picturing themselves, grilling on that patio or having friends over for a bonfire. And that brings us to the why behind all of this. What makes these 3D configurators such a powerful tool for both attracting customers and closing deals?
Okay, all right. So walk me through this. What's the secret sauce here? Is it just the novelty of it all? Or is there something, a little deeper going on?
It's deeper than just novelty. Think about how we've traditionally designed outdoor spaces. You flip through magazines. You maybe sketch some ideas. You visit showrooms. It takes a lot of imagination to piece it all together, right?
Right. And it can be hard to envision how it will all come together in your space with your style.
Exactly. And that's where these 3D configurators come in. They bridge that gap between imagination and reality.
Okay.
Instead of passively looking at pictures, customers are actively involved in the design process.
So it's less like flipping through a catalog.
Yeah.
And more like stepping into a video game version of your backyard where you call the shots.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interactive, it's immersive, and it lets people experiment without the risk of, say, buying the wrong size pergola.
Yeah.
Or hating the color of the patio stones they picked.
Right. Yeah. No buyer's remorse before you even buy.
Exactly.
Okay. And for the sales team on the other side of this, what's the impact? I mean, it's got to be huge to be able to pull up one of these configurators during a client consultation, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Imagine you're a salesperson and a customer walks in, excited to redo their deck, but not really sure where to even start. Instead of, sketching things out on a napkin or trying to just describe things with words, you can build it together right there in the configurator.
Talk about bringing a customer's vision to life. No more trying to decipher scribbled notes or imagine things in your head.
Yeah, it streamlines the entire process, not just for the customer, but for the sales team too.
Right.
And you know what happens when that uncertainty fades away? Closing rates go up. And potentially, so do deal sizes.
Because if you can actually see how awesome that fire pit would look on your new patio, while you're picking out the stone and everything, well, you're probably a lot more likely to just go for it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it minimizes all those what-if moments. The ones that can make people hesitate. But the benefits don't stop there. Virtual Sales Lab is pretty bold in their claims, saying this tech can help businesses close 1 to 2 extra deals per month.
Okay, so that's a pretty specific number. Are they just like throwing darts at a board there, or does that actually, does that hold water?
It's a bold claim for
Yeah.
sure. And while, I'm definitely pumped about the potential here, I also always like to look at things from, all angles. Individual results can vary, right?
Mm-hmm.
What works for one business might not be a magic bullet for another.
So it's not like a guaranteed recipe for success, but more like a high-powered tool that in the right hands can really make a difference. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, it's like any powerful tool, really. It's all about how you use it. Think about a professional chef, right, who's got those, those top-of-the-line knives. The knives don't automatically make them a Michelin star chef,
Right.
but they can definitely, they can definitely up their game. It's the skill, the technique, the whole package.
It makes sense. You need to know how to use the tool effectively to reap its full benefits, basically. So are we saying this 3D configurator thing is like the fancy chef's knife of the outdoor living world?
Ah, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
And just like with those high-end knives, the proof is in the using, as they say. I'd love to see some, some real-world case studies from Virtual Sales Lab, hear directly from businesses about how these configurators have actually impacted, their bottom line.
Yeah, those real-world stories are always super insightful. Okay, so we've been talking about this whole thing in the context of outdoor living, but I have a feeling this could go way beyond, backyards and patios. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. This feels like, like we're just at the tip of the iceberg here. We talked about marketing and sales, but imagine this technology for things like, customer service resolving issues visually or even in product development.
Whoa, yeah. Instead of just like trying to describe a problem with your patio furniture, you could just show it in the configurator, or a company could, test out new product designs without having to actually, build physical prototypes.
Right.
The possibilities seem kind of endless when you think about it.
Right. And it's not, it's not limited to outdoor living at all. Imagine designing your, your dream car down to the last detail, or customizing a modular home before it's even built. It's incredible.
It's like we're on the verge of like a whole new way of experiencing, everything.
It really is. And that's what's so exciting about it. It's not just about making things look pretty.
Yeah.
It's about giving people the power to, to design and experience the world around them in ways we're really just starting to explore.
So for anyone listening who's, been bitten by the curiosity bug about all of this, what's like one thing you'd suggest they, ponder about all of this?
That's a great question. I think the real question is, where couldn't this technology go?
Yeah.
What other industries, what other aspects of our lives could benefit from this kind of, immersive, interactive experience? It's definitely something to, to really chew on.
Food for thought, for sure. Well, there you have it. Another deep dive conquered. We explored the exciting world of 3D configurators, and wow, are they poised to shake things up. Until next time, keep those innovative ideas flowing.